Hi, everybody. My name is Emily Angus, and I'm here to present my research on exploring health inequities, head injuries, and people experiencing homelessness. I am the author of this paper. My name is Emily Angus, and my co-authors were Dr. Cheryl Forchuk and Dr. Michael Kerr. So just a quick introduction. So what is a head injury anyways? A head injury is an injury to the head from trauma, such as a blow to the head, a scalp laceration, or a loss of consciousness. It ranges from mild to severely disabling, and the severely disabling often puts a lot of pressure on the healthcare system, as well as their communities, their families, and themselves. So more than 38,000 Canadians seek emergency care for head injuries each year. Approximately 10% of those who seek care for a head injury will die from that injury. In addition, 50% of people experiencing homelessness report a head injury in their lifetime. And the most common cause of head injury in people experiencing homelessness is assault. So the methods that we used for this paper, it was informed by the intersectionality theory. So the intersectionality theory posits that people have overlapping identities, and those overlapping identities work together to further oppress or marginalize these people. So because of this, we picked the variables sex, race, education, and income, which together created social class, and as well as mental and physical illness, which together created disability. We also used 3 additional variables, and those were risk factors for head injury, and those included housing instability, substance use, as well as victimization, so being a victim of a violent crime. The data was secondary analysis from data that was collected from the No Fixed Address version 2 study, which included participants from medical wards, as well as the No Fixed Address version 2X study, which included participants from psychiatric wards. Those studies were completed by Dr. Cheryl Forchuk. For this study, we used cross-sectional data. So we used the baseline data from those studies, and that was so that we could have as many participants as possible. For this study, we used a logistic regression, and we performed this to determine relationships between each of the variables. The dependent variable for our study was lifetime occurrence of head injury, and that was self-reported by our participants. So the findings, so we found that victimization was most significantly related to head injuries in people experiencing homelessness. Participants who reported being a victim of a violent crime within the past year also reported and had a 13 times higher odds of reporting a lifetime occurrence of head injury. The next findings were based on education. So participants who reported less than a high school education, so that includes grade school, were more likely to have a head injury. And participants who reported completing college or university as their highest level of education had an 82% less chance of having a head injury. Finally, was the variable of disability, including mental health issues and physical health issues. And on the top there, participants who reported a mental health issue within the past year were 7.6 times more likely to also report a lifetime head injury. And participants who reported having a physical health issue in the past year were 5.7 times more likely to report a lifetime head injury. So in conclusion, from the literature, as well as what was found in this study, is that head injury is both a predictor and an outcome of experiencing homelessness. Based on my study particularly, we conclude that some safety policies need to be in place to protect vulnerable populations. That includes both children as well as people experiencing homelessness. Accommodation and support is needed for students with and without a head injury to continue to post-secondary education. And there's a need for better follow-up care and crisis support for individuals, particularly people experiencing homelessness with a head injury. And this might include telehealth or community or mobile support in the communities. And there's my references. Thank you for coming to my presentation, and I hope you have a great day.